correspondents. There's muddle and confusion in Moscow. Defense Minister Pavel Grachov was reported to have sacked 6 of his top commanders, including the Deputy Commander-in-Chief of the Russian Army and the most senior officer to protest against the Chechnya operation. The sackings were later denied, but revealed the disarray in the Army High Command. Defense Minister Grachov had boasted how easily he could crush resistance in Chechnya.
A single regiment of paratroopers could sort out the whole conflict in just 2 hours.
But while Russia has the military muscle, there's little military will to finish the job. First signs of dissent in the army came last week when General Ivan Babichev disobeyed an order to advance on these Chechen civilians. Now the entire campaign is floundering.
It's necessary to keep the army under control. And I think that it is a very serious signal of alarm, both for the president and for the parliament.
But President Yeltsin has hardly been seen throughout this crisis.
Nobody knows who's taking the decisions. Nobody knows whether Yeltsin's taking the decisions. And yet, at the end of the day, he's the person that has to carry the can. And that can may prove to be a very big burden indeed, a major political handicap.
The Russian parliament has called an emergency session of both lower and upper houses for Saturday. President Yeltsin responded, promising in a letter to go on television with a plan for a political solution. Boris Yeltsin's political fate is now indivisibly linked to the success or failure of his Chechnya policy. So serious is the threat to the Russian president that he must act decisively and as soon as tomorrow if he is to survive. Gleno Glaser, News at 10, Moscow.